Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 117. Only 3 away from 120 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Bong bong, mashallah. Hope you guys are doing well. 1 second here. Just trying to sit up a bit more. Are we live in the headphones? I think so. Hope you guys are doing well and having a good day / night / whatever the case may be. We're in Dyrford village, but we just leveled up and got ready to go. So today we're going to head out for adventure. Actually, we have to go tell Rumbald about the pigs.
Sure.
That were taken. Didn't actually...
Hey, Olaf, can I, talk to your friend?
What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know.
No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. Some of the things she says
Are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Isilmir. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the pigs, actually, but here we go.
Good day to you.
Any sign of that ogre, or its head? I convinced the monster to leave. You won't be seeing him again. He balls his hands into 2 shaking fists. His face starts to redden. But that son of an Orlan whore! That thing devoured my entire herd. I wanted it dead, and I wanted to mount its head on a pike. Well, it wouldn't hurt. We have a lot of copper to give him to make up for the loss of your pigs here. Perhaps this will make up for the loss of your pigs. 400 copper. His mouth falls open. You do that for me? I don't know what to say. He snaps his fingers. Wait right here. He darts into the house and returns with a blunderbuss in his hands. I call it the lead splitter. It belonged to my father and served me in the Saints' War. It's old but sturdy and packs a real punch. Should be more useful to someone like yourself these days. 1584 XP, 3924 total in the quest, and not bad. Lead spitter for 400 copper. He crosses his arms and looks at his piglets. And now to get back to business of rebuilding my herd. Only he takes one of the pigs and gives it a quick examination. This front's still looking too small. I don't expect to get any good litters out of it, and I just as soon not have it weaken the rest of my stock. Why don't you take it? Gives me one less mouth to feed anyway. The piglet trots over to you, its pink snout wiggling. Oh, we got a piglet. Kitty, you gotta go. Kitty spent her time with us for quite a while. Does she have a name? No, it just says pet. Called her Kitty. Kitty stashed. And Piggy the piglet. This young pig is roughly the size of a small dog. It half trots, half runs at your side in an effort to keep pace, and snorts appreciatively when its flanks are scratched. Oh, piglet. And a blunderbuss, lead spitter. Harried by persistent thieves, the merchant Baradin had this hefty blunderbuss forged as a means of protecting his wares. The gun proved as indiscriminately lethal as the dwarf's temper, firing a destructive hail of iron that made short and messy work of anyone who dared creep up on his wagons during the night. Baradin was very pleased with the weapon's performance, as were the brigands who eventually robbed him of it. Ooh, 7 total DR bypass, minus 30% to crit damage, damaging 2 plus 30% damage, 9 to 13, accuracy minus 10, veil piercing versus deflection, 6 projectiles, so about 60 to 80 damage or so. Range 8 meters, very slow. Nice. Who can get the most out of that? I know someone can use a blunderbuss. Let's take a look here. Adventurer. Okay. Was it you with the ruffian? Yes, blunderbuss. She can use a blunderbuss. Let's give it a look in her capable hands. Pistols are two-handed. 51 accuracy, 8 to 12, but again, 6 projectiles. Well, anybody else is going to have even lower accuracy with it. Like, if I were to put it on, yeah, I'm down to 44. So anyone who has ruffian, we'll give her the blunderbuss. And this get up here, I guess I will go ahead and pop on. Is a pretty nice setup for me. We're going to keep dual wielding. Unforgiven is exceptional. Can we? Okay, it's good to go. And the Atuk is exceptional. Definitely want to put something on this, like a lash or something, and a sleigh. What should we put on it? Burning lash. Used to remove hides from various hardy creatures of the tundra. Yeah, we'll put burning lash on it. I think it's worth it because 5 accuracy, 10% of hits converted to crits, and it's exceptional. So it's a really nice dagger. And if we put burning lash, it only takes a deer cap, a primal flame, an agate, and 100 copper. So we'll enchant that. Bong bong. Very nice. And then measured restraint. What about the larder door? Actually, if we're going to enchant a shield, it should probably be this one, which is exceptional. Oh, it's already exceptional. We can make the larder door exceptional for the use of our only emerald. St. Gerin's Horn of Ithrak Brain. 2100 copper. Thing is, I would do that, but we're probably rarely going to use that setup. Even though it does give me 73 deflection. It is a nice setup. It really is. As this only gives me 53 deflection, but better offense. Let's see what else we can enchant while we're at it. Sun-touched Mail of Huron Wrath. Fine. Damage reduction and... okay. What about this? Damage reduction slash 2 might. We also have that deleterious alacrity of motion per rest. What about this Raiment of Wild's Eyes? I can only make it fine, but I really want to make it exceptional. And we don't have any more diamonds. The exceptional takes another sapphire. Let's see what else we can enchant. The mace. We can put a slaying on it if we wanted to, and Raven Wing. Resolution has freeze damage. We could put a slay on that. Void Rig, corrode damage. Could put a slaying on that. And on the blunderbuss, lead spitter. It is nasty. 7 DR bypass. Really good. What about the Drake spell? It does have accuracy against beasts. Can we put another slay on that? No. Oh, but we could put maybe damaging 2 on it? Wait a minute. What is that about? Oh, it's not even fine? It's not even fine or exceptional. Exceptional takes 2 rubies. Fine would be interesting, though. We can always upgrade it higher later, or we could put damaging 2, accurate 1. 30% damage. Let's go damaging 2. 30% damage, 2 Drake Talons, 2 Pilgrim's Crown, 2 Audra, 600 Kappa. Bong bong. Oh, now we can just do fine. I wanted to do more damage. 23 to 31. It's still pretty good at 58. And Adair, that's got slaying on it and burning. It's got burn damage. Could put a slaying on the Whispers of Yenwood. We probably should put slaying on all this stuff. It's also got an exceptional morning star. He's doing 26 to 38 with, which is just insane. And we can make that slay. Maybe put Shocking Lash on it. Just takes 2 golden celery, 2 agates, 2 primal wands, and 200 copper. And let's see what matches the lore. Well, there is no lore. Just a morning star. We'll make it a shocking morning star. Bong bong. Mashallah. We're gonna give him the 2 swords for now. Everything is looking good. We're almost done in here, guys. I don't want to keep us waiting too long. How can we enchant the greenstone staff? Oh, they're both. Yeah, they're both like legendary soulbounds. I'm never gonna use forgiveness, most likely. Unforgiven has a slay on it. Maybe we should. That has a slay on it. Upgrade the larder door. No. That's already exceptional. Okay, that's good. We Gucci. We good. Nice piece though. No doubt. Let's see what else we can do today. The thermal pearl, the bounties. Maybe we can go after the bounties. In Elmshore, I don't know where that is. The Blade of Endless Paths. The Long Hunt. Find the Audra Arch in the woods. He was deep in the woods running toward an Audra Arch. Master below. Find Gabranos with the tablet. Oh, Pelagina. Durgan stuff. Okay, so maybe we go to Cliaban Rilag next. Maybe this is the exit of Dyrford village that lets us move east. We're going to keep the same party for now. Oh, let's talk to Hiravias and see if his quest... If he has a quest.
Need something? As a peripatetic loner, I'm not privy to the latest news, but the Hollowborn Children is a tale that has reached even my reclusive ears. Or, rather, ear.
What do the Glonfathan Druids think of this plight?
It's been a long time since I've spoken with my circle. They'd probably tell you what I'd tell you. This plight was most certainly the consequence of someone trespassing into Engwithan places, not meant for folk. I mean, what else other than the gods could inflict punishment of such impressive scale?
What are your thoughts on the Hollowborn?
Anytime a life is separated from its soul, I wanted to pretend it was just a rumor when I first heard of it.
He looked askance and shrugs. His eye meets yours, and his usual default smile becomes a frown, and his voice trails off. He has several starts and stops before finally deciding how to finish his thought.
In my youth, I'd curse the dear Woodens for being ignorant despoilers that breed out of control. But soulless babies? What heartless gods would inflict that kind of tragedy? No parent or child deserves to be a part of that horror.
Right. Let's talk about other matters.
Need something?
He asked with a raised eyebrow. Tell me about Air Glonfoth. It's a verdant kind of history, culture, and natural beauty. Oh, it's a verdant land of history, culture, and natural beauty. His voice falls into a half-whisper as he adds, and we already have enough unwanted trespassers, so I recommend you never visit. Why should I avoid Air Glonfoth? He looks at you puzzled. There are no cities to visit, no centers of commerce to explore. It would seem most visitors come to our lands to pillage the Engwithan ruins. The ancient Engwithans gave the forest to our ancestors, and in return, we watch their ruins and see to it that they remain untouched. And before you ask, no, we don't have a secret passphrase or hand gesture. Nobody enters the ruins, not even the guardians and watchers. Aren't most Orlans in Air Glonfoth wild?
Wild? Yes, I suppose all of us were a bit wild as my tribe was migratory and we didn't live in permanent houses.
His voice raises an octave in indignation.
But I understand what you're trying to ask. Yes, a slight plurality of Glonfoth and Orlans have forest plumage. Growing up with meadow plumage, I was assumed to be weaker than others my age. The huntmaster of my tribe only chose apprentices from the forested kin, or rather, wild Orlans, as they're called amongst slave-owning bigots, as well as bigots too broke to own slaves.
Hiravias mockingly clears his throat.
I grew up in Air Glonfoth, specifically in and around Thane Bog. My people, the Fisher Crane tribe, are migrant stewards of the land. I've walked the whole of Glonfoth many times.
Cool.
What would you like to know?
Druids are known for changing into animals. What sort of creatures can you become? He takes a half step backward as you ask the question. All sorts of things, he says quietly with a long, uncomfortable gaze. Hiravias stares at you blankly, arms folded. Let's discuss something else. If you want to talk about it, I'm all ears.
Very funny.
Oh.
Making fun of the disfigured man.
I didn't mean it. He looks at you with a blank, stern expression and points to his half ear. That's an unusually terse response from you. What are you holding back?
It's a long story, and I haven't really told it before to an outsider, so bear with me.
Hiravias shifts his weight from one leg to the next.
I struggled with spirit shifting, the final rite of passage in my druidic training. I prayed to Galawain for insight and, in the style of seekers of old, went to the forest, alone, to ask for guidance. Then I got my answer, an answer at least, in the form of a vibrantly colored Stelgar that pounced from the underbrush and made a salient demonstration of its capacity to eat things 1/15 its size.
Oh no, he shrugs. That's terrible. I'm thankful you managed to survive.
Aye, it only cost me half my face. And for the record, the Stelgar limped home with worse.
His fingers play gently on his ear stump before a smile comes over his little face.
As the beast was lopping off bits of my handsomeness, I remember trying to fight back, swinging with arms too short to reach. I felt I had the energy for one last swipe at the beast's nose, and when I lashed out with a punch, my arm felt twice as massive, and my fingers sprouted talons.
Oh, wow.
In a rush of power, I shifted into a mirror of my assailant. Apparently, he couldn't pick on someone his own size. By the battle's end, his severed arm was in my maw. The beast limped away in defeat.
Wow, it's quite an impressive tale. I thought learning to spirit shift would win me some respect. Maybe trap myself in a Darren lass with a lust for little men. Alas, I might have been better off staying a novice. When I wandered back to my village, they saw my wounds and asked what happened. I showed them. The name they called my form was the Autumn Stelgar, and... His mouth opens, but he hesitates for a long moment before choosing his words. They were not impressed. Sorry guys, my eyes... The Rio of my circle believe the Autumn Stelgar to be a heinous abomination. It is said that if it eats you, your soul is invariably lost. As this was my first and most intuitive form, they deemed me a carrier of its evil. Even though I never so much as threatened my kin, I was ruled unfit and cast out. Hiravias sighs, scratching his scarred face. I don't know what message Galawain was trying to send. The only lesson I learned was that the Seeker God will punish you for seeking. Were you at least recognized as a proper druid? His brow furrows. No, but I know I passed an initiation rite 5 times more perilous than any of those kin betrayers that insisted I was a failure. You didn't choose your spirit shifting form? No, he says with a huff. It chose me, or so I imagine. I always assumed I would shift into a stoat. Seems more true to my nature. He points to the embossed pattern of WoW on his eye patch. As the obscured reaches, when the answer is inscrutable, one must be content to ponder the question. So you're some sort of soul cannibal. Hiravias stares at you with a frown before covering his face in his hands. No, he mutters. At least I think not. I've never actually sat down and eaten an entire person to find out. I'm not that curious to find out. Can you learn to spirit shift into something less terrifying? Already can and sometimes do, he says with a beaming smile that quickly returns to a scowl. But the druids of my circle assign great meaning to one's first form. I'll always be unclean to them. Thank you for sharing your story.
Well, if you don't know me, you can't trust me. And if you can't trust me, odds are low you'll leap in front of a flying arrow to save my life.
He blushes and tugs at his tunic.
I've been meaning to visit the druids of Twin Elms to see if they know more about my spirit shift. If our journey takes us there, perhaps they can enlighten me with more information about the Autumn Stelgar. But for now, maybe we can talk about something less depressing?
He clears his throat and puts on a pained smile. Where are you from originally?
My mother's crotch. You?
He says. Stare silently.
I grew up in Glonfoth, specifically in and around Thane Bog. My people, the Fisher Crane tribe, are migrant stewards of the land. I've walked the whole of Glonfoth many times.
How did you come to be trained as a druid? Hiravias thumbs his half-shredded ear and thinks to himself for several seconds. It wasn't entirely by choice, not at the start, at least. My ambition was to be a hunter. I merely arrived by a different trail. As a child, an Anamfoth came to visit. An honored guest is occasion for a grand chase, but I was left out, instructed instead to be a cupbearer to the old wise one while the rest were on hunt. I'm sure you can guess what happens. Wise Anamfoth gives dumb child a shred of attention. We ended up talking until the hunters returned. He gave me, his hands dart across his body, scouring the pockets and folds of his tunic, this. He presents a rusted iron medallion fashioned in the likeness of a hound's head, a common icon amongst the frontiersmen, explorers, and other seekers faithful to Galawain. The Anamfoth insisted I be trained, and none in my village would defy him. Now, he smiles broadly, I don't need a bow to hunt. What's the story behind the symbol of Wal on your eye patch? Wal is known as the Eyeless Face, so his symbol seemed a good fit for my eye patch. He absent-mindedly runs his finger along the strap of the patch band. Wal iconography is rather popular in my home tribe, but it seems he is not as widely venerated here in the Deerwood. I remember thinking that if I consecrated my eye to he who obfuscates and reveals, then maybe with enough devotion, Wal would make use of old ruined thing. Make use of the old ruined thing. He pulls on the eye patch strap and lets it go with a loud snap. So if you think you see me staring at rumps and cleavage, it's really just the will of Wal controlling my gaze. Honest. What's your relationship with Galawain? I was raised as a disciple of the Seeker God. He is the champion of the hunt, be it the simple struggle for sustenance or the scholarly pursuit of knowledge. In my older years, I found... He cuts himself off, shakes his head, and starts again. Life has shown me I am more suited to the ways of WoW. The furious hunt for knowledge often outpaces the journey to real understanding. True. I want to hear more about Galawain and WoW. He stares at you blankly with his one eye. Oh, not sure what more there is to say on the subject, unless you were itching for a religious debate. Tell me more about your thoughts on WoW. I came to know WoW in earnest in the first year of my exile. I asked myself why Galawain would punish me for asking questions. What just and fair god would punish me for doing as he asks? Questioning why I had been mauled just drove me mad. At the height of my worry, I would have dreams where I only saw with my injured eye. My healthy eye became blind in my dreams. He lifts up the eye patch to gently itch at the socket. You catch a quick glimpse of a puckered and scarred abscess under the WoW-embroidered patch. So one afternoon, I stitched a stylized eye motif on the patch. I like to think of it as my self-initiation rite into the Brotherhood of WoW. WoW is not as instructive or overbearing a deity. He does not freely dispense wisdom and expects all of us to question and explore with our own minds. WoW reminds me that curiosity is being receptive to any and all truths, not hunting for any one answer. I want to actually get to some adventuring, but has WoW ever spoken directly to you or sent you a sign? No, never directly, he says with a smile, which is as it should be, given what he represents. I especially like how WoW never sends wild beasts to maul me, but maybe I have low expectations of such things. Thank you for sharing, we should be on the move. And thank you for listening, he says with a slight bow before falling into marching order behind you. I love Hiravias. He is very cool. So, we learned a little bit more about him. Let's see if we can... Oh, Dyrford Crossing, right. Let's head back to Dyrford Crossing. And, Chapel construction is still started. Supplicant is okay. We didn't come up this way, so let's go explore it.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Oh, dear, you scared me, bro. Okay, this must be the road to Cliaban Rilag. It is. Okay. Maybe we have to go through Cliaban Rilag to get to Twin Elms. I didn't think of that, but it's a possibility. Even though there's clearly an eastern exit here. Let's go grab this. Barrett's Bell or whatever. Pilgrim's Crown. So, I guess we should go to Cliaban Rilag. See, there was an exit there, but it wouldn't take me east. There was a cave, we already did that. Alright, should we go to Cliaban? Or actually, should we head back and talk about the leading key? I already thought we did that. So let's go to Cliaban Rilag. Let's remind ourselves while we're there. Bayadmar showed me where to find Cliaban Rilag. He warned me to steer clear of the Glonfothan tribes guarding the ruin. We had to travel here and find ruins, right? We saw it in a vision. The Acolyte's vision showed me mysterious ruins somewhere outside of Dyrford. The letting key has sent operatives to find the site, though their purpose is unknown to me. I guess we'll do this, but... yeah, I guess this is where we'll go. Unless... we go try the bounty again at Valewood, but that's way back there. Finding Zorups. It's the last bounty available. Well, no, then there's one more in Elmshore, which I don't even know where that is. Alright, let's go to Cliaban Rilag. 4 hours. Bong bong. There we are.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Some of the voices
This
are...
is the place. My big brother's last battle.
Oh.
I wish I could tell you what we're looking for.
Party gains 648 XP. Adair scans the lush landscape before you in all directions. He presses his lips together.
Anything from that battle, I guess. Whatever 15 years of rain hasn't buried. You see my brother's ghost, you give me a holler, all right?
He looks at you and winks. Alright, so
Eyes open.
something with Adair, but I was saying some of the voices are recorded a little bit low and weren't compressed. St. Gieran's horn. Oh, Glonfothin's. A man stands before you, his face smeared with green and ochre dyes. Hides and furs cover his body, and he holds a spear in one hand.
Tread carefully, Estrabor.
He bears teeth that have been filed to fine points. Back to your village, Estramor. You are lucky the three-tusked Stelgar hunt other quarry today. Three-tusked Stelgar? If not the toughest of the Glonfothin tribes. Hiravias mutters from behind you, his voice kept low for just you to hear. The three-tusk are certainly the most belligerent and uncivilized. They tame Stelgars and ride them into battle, which tells you everything you need to know about their subtlety and self-preservation instincts. His snarling grin widens. Have the farmers grown too fearful to even mention our name? We are the fiercest of the 6 tribes of Erik Glonfoth, and we are the guardians of the monument here. What do you know about Cliaban Rilag? It is a sacred place of the builders, and neither your feet nor ours shall sully its stones. The grasses, however, he grins and hefts his spear, I will gladly water with your blood. I've never heard of the builders. He makes an exasperated clicking noise with his tongue. They are known by other names in the heathen tongues of farm folk. They are the ancients who built this place and many more like it, and we of the 6 tribes guard their legacy. I'm looking for a group of people who may have already entered the ruin. So are we. He runs his thumb along the smooth wood of the spear. That is why we wait here, Estramor, and that is why I've decided to let you leave in peace. These individuals are my enemies too. If you let me in, I could bring them out for you. He laughs. And allow even more Estramorwin to trample sacred grounds? Certainly not. Never mind the fact the ones inside are probably picking the place clean as we speak. What will you do? We will wait. If they are inside, they must come out. And when they do, he slides a fingertip along the point of his spear and shows you the drop of blood. I'll be going. And do not come this way again.
Keeping an eye out.
Huh. We're probably
Not much here.
Probably going to fight them to get into the ruin. Springberry, nice. Oh. What the heck is that?
Too recent.
Oh, body. 88 Silver Lucia and a Orleans Bramble ring. Huh, we'll check that out. Can't go further this way. Check out the Orleans Bramble ring. Plus 25 defense against hobbled, stuck, paralyzed attacks, plus 3 damage reduction pierce. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Hobbled, stuck, paralyzed. Well, we could keep it moving with him because he's a movement type dude. Like, we gave him the extra move speed, so maybe we should also give him the freedom of movement and pierce proof. Let's see what Grieving Mother has to say about it. Ring of deflection and such, yeah. Resolve and Constitution, deflection. Resolve and deflection. Looks like he's gonna just inherit it naturally. Ring of Wizardry. Eternal Funding. Yeah, let's give it to him. For the Ring of Overseeing. The Ring of Overseeing, we can just stash or sell it. That takes his Pierce reduction to 16 from 13. Also gives him that extra defense. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Cliaban Rilag. Come across the waters here. Alright. We're at the western edge of the map.
Nothing over here. I guess they cleaned up real good after the battle. This is embarrassing.
No, we'll find it, bro.
I think I see... No. Never mind.
Huh. Over this way, maybe?
Hey, something metal in the ground. Over by that boat.
Over by that boat. What?
Those face painters can't guard that place forever.
Huh.
These ruins are claimed, friend. On your way.
Looter leader.
No need to get riled, boys. We're just passing by.
Look at his talisman, Pag. Eothasian.
He indicates a dare.
How about that? A godless sack of shit. We got a blazing corpse worshiper on our hands.
Actually, they never found the body.
Adair fumes. He opens his mouth to say something, then closes it. He quickly replaces his frown with a polite smile.
Only reason for the legacy is because the Duke doesn't got the guts to see you all slaughtered. The gods want you dead. Me and Pag, though, we done our part during the purges, didn't we, Pag?
He grips his saber.
Seamstresses?
Make your cracks now. Got no god or homeland to avenge you. By Magrin, this'll be short work.
One second, guys. Gonna need my water bottle. Surely the gods want peace between us.
And what part of a war goddess wishes peace? No, friend. Only through the blood of our enemies is our goddess quenched.
The man throws back his head and lets out a raspy cackle.
Doesn't matter who it was for anyway. Country's better for the purges. Maybe we start a new purge right here.
He readies his weapon. It's only two of them, so they must feel pretty confident in their skills. You can see if they have an army with them, but at this pace, yeah, not looking too hot. Pretty cool.
They were right. That was short work.
Lay low.
Springberry. He had padded armor and a fine arbalest. His buddy had, exceptional breastplate and fine saber. Red Saren standard piece. The tip of some metal object protrudes from a mound of watery river silt. With both hands, you and Adair begin digging in the mud until the object is dislodged. You close your hand around it and pull it from the wet earth. The object is a steel semicircular frame about the size of your fist. At even points around the semicircle, jagged points jut out like tongues of flame, the rays of a rising sun. At the sun's center is the carved silhouette of a vorlus plant.
I've seen these before. They top the standards of Rayed Ceres. Or did when Weidman was alive. Well, it's something. Just not sure what it gets me.
He takes it from you and looks it over, flipping it over and over in his hand. Show it to grieving mother. Do you think you can help us? Look, I appreciate you taking the initiative, but I don't think there's much chance that the nice stranger lady happens to be a cipher. The grieving mother looks at you. I will do what I can, but I will need the skill of a watcher to aid my own, to identify the soul once I have found its traces. She turns to Adair, her hand outstretched. Adair hands her the steel sun. The motion is mechanical, unconscious. The grieving mother takes the sun in one hand and yours in the other, and you can feel her presence in your mind, her thoughts bidding you to relax. Focus, she says, and the word reverberates as if through an endless chasm. Chasm? Close your eyes and concentrate. The sun is bright in your mind's eye, warm with the pulse of collective experience and noisy with the thoughts of the past, of battle, of faith, of home. You drill from voice to voice, thought to thought, Adair's soul a vibrant signature with which to locate his brother. One voice stands out amidst the din, brassy and earnest, a shade brighter than Adair's, but unmistakably of the same construction. You have no image of its owner, but his journey is imprinted within the points and curves of the steel sun, and in your mind it opens before you a path stretching both southward to Gilded Vale and northward over the uneven terrain that joins the Dyrwood to Rayed Ceres. You trace the path back to its origin, far back as you can find, gliding over plains and hillsides, to a one-room home in Gilded Vale with a thatched roof and dirt floor. The path is faint here, its distance in time rendering images blurry and details scarce. From Gilded Vale it follows a road toward Mortimer Bridge, reaching the gates of Defiance Bay before diverting abruptly, cutting northward in a beeline for Rayed Ceres. The path leads to a Rayed Saren city, regal and austere in the Adira imperial style. It winds through streets and climbs a grand set of stairs into a stately building, passing through pointed archways into what appears to be a throne room. Upon the throne sits a man whose head is pure, blinding light, and as its gaze turns to you, the light drowns out all else. Its voice carries the force of thunder, but its words are impossible to make out in the imprint, echoes of echoes. The voice and light fade, and the path bends backward, carrying you along to a barracks, then back southward, marching into Dyrwood and skirmishing along the way. Upon one battlefield, the imprint is vivid, and you see a Rayed Saren standard topped with a steel sun, clutched in the hands of a fallen soldier. You see a young man in Rayed Saren armor with Adair's straw-colored hair race toward the standard and lift it, the path you've been following clear to see beneath his feet, and as his hand brushes the steel tip, you can hear his thoughts racing in a blur, and they are of his god and his country, and a brother he hopes is far away from this place. In an instant, the thoughts are gone as well as the man, and the standard is passed to another soldier. You pick up the path again as it meanders south and disintegrates in the shadow of Cliaban Rilag. You open your eyes.
Anything? Looked like you were working real hard there.
Your brother got as far as Defiance Bay before turning to Rayed Ceres instead. He met Weidman there, then he enlisted.
What'd he talk about with Weidman?
Adair's eyes widen. Widewind's head was a beam of light.
I figured that. Woden and me had heard enough stories from his uprising to know it wasn't just some tall tale. Doesn't mean he was Aethys. It could have been some wizard's trick. It's what they talked about that's important. What'd they say?
Right? I don't know.
That's not funny. Come on. That metal sun, my brother touched it. You saw where he went. Now what'd he talk about with Widewind? Why'd my brother fight for Raed Saris?
Adair frowns. I wish I had something better to tell you.
I guess that's it.
Adair's mouth hangs open and his eyes glaze, his forehead creased between his eyebrows. He rakes his teeth over his lower lip. His voice is barely a whisper. We'll find some other way to know why he did what he did.
I don't think we will. What would we do? Look for more war relics? We were lucky to find this one. Soldiers that fought with him are long dead. The battle was a massacre. Whatever Aethys knows, he's not talking to anyone.
A new look has come over Adair, lifeless and dull as ash. We don't have to wait around anymore. I got what I needed. 1944 XP, 3888 total. If only there were words to fill such emptiness. Better yet, to remove his doubt, his questions. I regret that my answers have only deepened his pain. Huh. Fragments of a scattered faith? I wouldn't say it's done. Is it really done? Fragments of a scattered faith. It's not there. Huh. Well, where'd it go? Oh, Farmer's Plight. No, that's not it. We were able to confirm that Adair's brother Woden fought for Raed Saris and had even met Widewind himself prior to enlisting, but his actual reasons for doing so were lost. Adair will likely never know what inspired his brother to change his allegiance. Dang, did we not finish that right? Like, we didn't do it right? Earned 626 copper.
They'll never know I'm here.
I wonder if I messed that up somehow by having Grieving Mother look at it. Camping supply. I bet you I did mess that up. But, I mean, I'm probably going to roll with it because of, I'm not going to look up the answer. We're just going to rock with it. St. Gerin's Horn. Maybe there'll be some other revelation. Did I pick up the item? No, I guess not. I just right-clicked it. Let's see if it went in the stash. Black Cat. Yeah, I don't think it's important right now, but yeah. I did just right-click it. I wonder if that would make a difference. Probably not.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Maybe we don't have to fight the Raed Saris or the Glonfathans. A broken bridge lies before you. Most of it appears to have crumbled into the river centuries ago, leaving two jagged ledges on either side of the water. You see a yawning passage into the mountain. On the other side, you might be able to jump across the gap, jump to the other side. You clear the gap without incident. Oh, and it's a cave. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, there's a statue. Whoa. Oh, this is that iconic, famous scene. This must be Cliaban Rilag in that picture. there's a statue. Cool, but we're heading into the cave now. Oh, we're in Cliaban
I
Rilag.
shall be discreet.
Find signs of the wedding key inside. I guess we're gonna do this now. Whoa. Enemy spotted troll. Oh, guess we're fighting. Dang, swamp slime. Nice. Black ooze should go down quickly. Swamp slime. Black ooze. Very good. Potion of Eldritch Aim, Ooze Plasma, Troll Skin, and 26 golden dukes.
They'll never know I'm here.
Wow. Whoa. Steps down. Savages massed at the gates with their arrows and swords and spears, yearning for conquest and plunder. Their chieftains and warriors feared not vengeance of gods, nor the wrath of their enemies. Death would not punish them. Oh, we've got more slimy slimes. And a lurker. Couple lurkers. Take down the swamp slime. Take down the lurker. Alright, you guys just fight that lurker.
Hey there.
I'll switch to stag mode. That lurker's near dead. Everybody attack there. Bong bong, mashallah.
Show 'em how it's done!
Taking down lurkers like it's nobody's business. Easy peasy. 2 awakened wood, ooze plasma, and a topaz. A glassy mineral on the common end of Aora's precious stones. Topaz comes in warm and cold colors depending upon its impurities, but blue topaz, generally of a lighter shade than will be found on most sapphires, is its most iconic incarnation. Nasty. Now we just need a sapphire. Ooze plasma.
Sure.
Up this way. Big spider webs. This has 2 moonstones and an arbalest. Still want to look all around for secrets. Settler's arrow. I think, yep. Let's keep it moving.
Isn't this something?
Well, you found that right there. Oh, a balloon and a potion of major regen. Oh, Pogra. Looks like we're fighting corrupted druid. Yes, take him out. Attack.
Yeah?
Attack. dare go attack that flipper. Or you gotta attack there, you attack there,
Yeah?
you attack there. How tough are they? Oh, the corrupted druid already went down.
Exactly.
Need something? Consider it dead.
Whoa, Allah. And myself taking some damage. And Hiravias. Dang. Oh, there's a small wind blight. You know what? Let Allah take that down. You fight it. Oh, she took it out in one shot. 38 pierce damage. Dang. I wanted Allah to kill the blight. That's okay. 4 golden ubbles. 2 awakened wood. Ooze plasma. Some sellable stuff.
Nice and quiet.
Sure.
Very nice. See how long I've been playing. 56 minutes. Where did the time go? Oh my gosh. I want to thank you guys so much for making it this far with me. Appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Greatly helps the channel and I greatly appreciate it. Also would greatly appreciate if you wanted to become a member. Info and links in the description. And shout out to all my members. Love you guys. And yeah, much more next time, guys. We're going to keep exploring Cliaban Rilag, doing a little main quest stuff and seeing what's what. Did I call this 117 at the start? It is 117, but not sure what I said at the beginning. But anyway, hope to see you guys next time as we explore more of this, what looks to be a massive dungeon, or massive floor of a dungeon, and more. So be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. Don't go anywhere. Another 117 episodes to come. Can't believe this is spanning like all of 2025, but it's kind of how it just worked out with my scheduling and stuff. But actually, I might change that. You guys might be viewing this earlier, but see you next time. Ciao for now.